Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues.
Hello.
Hi.
How we doing?
I'm doing good. It's, Wednesday, very late. We decided to do this because I'm leaving on a trip. So that's my highlight if you want to know. I'm going to my friend's wedding in Anguilla.
Oh, this is the one that you went on the bachelor trip for.
Yes.
Bachelorette trip.
Yes.
That's me opening my LaCroix.
Wow.
Okay, well, let's just get right into highlights and lowlights since you kicked it off. Tell me.
Okay, so that's my highlight. I'm excited. Other than visiting you and Gati, I don't know, I haven't gone anywhere since last year. So it's fun because it's, you already know the people that are going. It's a beautiful location. It's going to be a beautiful wedding. So I'm excited about that. Low light. God, I'm so bad with low lights.
It could be minor. It can be silly.
It could be minor. It's silly. Honestly, my low light is that I don't get to see Lola enough. And on weeks when I don't get to talk to her a lot, it just makes me so sad. And then yesterday I talked to her earlier than normal. And that's when she's so animated. And then I realized I've missed so much because she knows so many things now. She knows so many words. She knows she knows where everything is, where her head is and her nose and her everything. And so, yeah, that's my low light because it makes me so sad. Way after I hang up with you, I'm like, wow, I'm going to miss everything.
Well, yeah, because you don't live here. That's okay. And plus I feel like once she's at a growth spurt that
I know.
She's moving a million miles a second.
I know.
With her brain.
I don't want her to stop because I'm not there to see it.
It's just sad.
Yeah, it is. So that's my low light.
That's a
living far away from you, Beba.
It's not me that you're living far away from. That's your low light. It's Lola.
It is true, but it's not. It's just, first of all, I don't think that you would love it if I lived there anyway. I mean, first of all, if I lived there, I probably wouldn't even see you that often.
You would, because you'd want to see Lola.
Well, I'd want to see Lola, but if I lived there before Lola, right? And if I was there for, there was a time that it was a possibility work-wise and all that. And guess what?
Yeah.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
Not a West Coast person.
Yeah, I get that. I had a friend recently who had a baby probably 4 months ago, and I saw her at a farmer's market this past weekend.
Yeah.
And no one had seen her baby yet because it was just a really tiny little bean and the holidays, whatever. And so we saw the baby, and it was me and two other friends, and we went over to the baby and we were like, oh my God, the baby, whatever. And she was like, after we obsessed over the baby, we were like, oh my God, hi, how are you? She's like, I feel like all anybody does is beeline towards the baby and no one cares about me. And I was like,
you feel that though?
To motherhood.
But I don't think you care.
No, but especially in the beginning, it's a shift. It's just oh yeah, nobody cares about me anymore. It's just a thing that happens, but you don't.
Who does it worse?
What do you mean?
Who's the person that ignores you the most for Lola?
It's no one's worse or better. Everyone, it's the same. If they come into the house, it's not me that they're coming to see first.
Right.
And then so he's like, oh, hey, how are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't care anymore, but it's just it's funny that everyone kind of goes through that transition. Anyways.
God, I just thought I saw something.
What?
I don't know. Nothing.
Okay, my highlights and lowlights. My low light is minor, but my heater stopped working in the week.
And it's cold.
The week that it's a cold.
Did you call your landlord?
Not yet.
That's the thing. And then they get mad at you. They're like, call us. It's whatever.
It's not about me feeling bad. It's that I have so much shit to do that I'm I put it on the bottom of my to-do list because I'm I have other stuff I have to do. Whatever. I'll call her. It's fine. It's a minor low light. And then my highlight is just that starting today, Lola is back in daycare, which, man, it was hard.
That's the highlight?
Yeah, that's the highlight. It's been really, really,
I was
hard.
just trying to follow you. Okay.
It's been really hard to take care of her and work at the same
Oh,
time.
I'm
Like,
sure.
it's an impossible task, and, like, which is why I will stop working at around, like, 3 o'clock and then hang out with her because we have to. She requires so much attention, and then when I put her down at 7, I keep working until, like, 9 or 10 o'clock at night because 'cause I'm like, "Well,
Right.
this is me making up for the work that I missed." So,
Right, right.
I'm excited to, like, not have to do that anymore.
Right, right, right.
Not necessarily that, like, she's out of the house, it's more of, like, I have so much shit to do.
Yeah,
And then really my highlight is that we're out of Mercury retrograde, and
yeah.
I am very happy about that.
And when did that happen?
January 1st, but
Oh,
really
yeah,
it's like
that's what I thought. Okay.
it was coming out of it, I think it was January 2nd was, like, the official day that we were fully out of it,
Uh-huh.
and I have felt better. I
Have
have.
you?
I have. I really have.
Okay, good.
So, that's a highlight. Okay, so I put on our Instagram an ask me anything, which
Mhm.
realizing that a lot of people don't know what AMA stands for, because most of the questions that I got
I
were,
know, and I've seen it
"What
before.
is an AMA?" Which I'm
Right.
like, "Guys, get with the
I
program."
wouldn't know what that is either, and there's the other one that people use, oh god, I forgot what it is, and it's like they expect everybody to know, and I don't know what it is. Like, whatever acronyms people are using, it's,
It's a
you
simple
know,
Google. It's really a simple Google, but I think
but why would somebody go to your story to then have to Google something, to then have to go back to your story that's not gonna automatically appear because now they've already seen it? Let's be reasonable.
okay,
Just
fine,
ask me
fine.
anything would have been better.
Okay, well, for people new to the world, it's ask me anything. We did an ask me anything on our Instagram, and we're gonna
Mhm.
answer some questions, but some questions are just whatever. But what I'm trying to say is we're gonna do celeb gossip first, and then we're gonna do the questions. That's
Okay.
how we're going to program
That's how we're
today's
gonna do it.
episode. There is no Bravo bullshit today, which I'm relieved about. Are you relieved about?
Yeah, I mean, I wish we would have talked about that Monica woman and all that stuff.
Oh, you can
That's pretty
catch.
big.
Yeah, we can talk about that, I guess. I mean, for people who don't know, Salt Lake City, we don't talk about Salt Lake City is the only thing.
I know, but, like, people they had 4 million viewers because people went back to, everybody was talking about it. I guess it was water cooler talk, and people
Yeah.
just went to see it. I don't know that you can
Did you
kind of
watch it?
get everything. No, but I just
You didn't watch it, but you wanna talk about it?
yeah,
That's
because
interesting.
okay, because I wanna really understand what it is that
I'll
happened.
I'm gonna explain it to you. I do not watch Salt Lake City. I had everybody be like, "Oh my god, did you watch?" And I said, "No." So I decided, let me just watch the finale. I watched it. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I maybe because I didn't watch the whole season, but the gist of it is there's a woman who became a housewife this season named Monica, and she very much infiltrated herself into this group, but the reality is that she runs this, like, troll Instagram account called Reality Von Tease or
Von
something,
Teese, yeah.
and she basically is one of many women who run the account that tears down the other Salt Lake City housewives. Which, yeah, that's pretty shitty to parade around like, I'm your friend," but really you're, like, gathering information about these women, but, like, welcome
R
to Bravo, baby.
I don't is that I don't is that the whole thing?
It's the whole thing. It was just, I guess it was a
But they
confrontation with
fired her because of it.
great, don't care. Like, literally couldn't care less.
I know, but if this is the kind of stuff they want, that kind of messiness.
Here's why they fired her, because all of the women, the Salt Lake City women, got together. Like, Heather is the one who found out. Heather found out from a phone call, whatever, and then she gathered all the original Salt Lake City housewives, Lisa Barlow, Meredith Marks, Whitney, I think that was it, on the beach, and she revealed this information to them before they were about to go to their, like, final dinner at some, like, whatever, that they were on a vacation, and then was like, "This is what's going on. Monica is not who she says she is, and I wanna confront her at dinner. I need all of you to have my back." So, that dinner happened, and then she confronted her, and then all of them had her back. So, I think the reason why they fired her was because most likely all the housewives were like, we're not gonna film with her moving forward, so she's gone or we're gone, I bet,
Right.
is what
Right.
happened. But I don't think they would have fired her because she's like, "She lied about who she is." It's like, "Yeah, and?"
Wow. I I don't think that that's that big a deal, but
Mm.
I also saw that, she kind of talked a big game and was saying that, she called Bravo and said, you know, the reason your ratings suck is because you don't have somebody like me and this and that and whatever. And then the letter she actually sent Bravo, I guess Bravo leaked it.
Oh
And
my
it was, "Hi, I'm trying to find out about the casting, and I'd be very interested in whatever." I mean, I changed my voice, so that's not really fair, but you know what I'm saying? She she pretends to be one thing, and then at the time she was blonde and fair skin,
yes.
and then she's tanned and dark hair, and I mean, I
She lied.
it's
She
not
sh
on
she
it's not
lied
only
her
that
way through
she
the season.
lied, I really think she's maybe a little off her rocker.
Sociopath
It's very,
vibes.
kind of single white female, but with Bravo, with like the show or all the women on the show.
Yeah, which is weird that, like, don't they do background checks on these women? Like, wouldn't that stuff come up?
Listen, I don't want to go back to Miami, but if they did background checks on people, there would be some that wouldn't be there
There
right
would be
now.
less people on
There
the
will be
shows.
fewer, there would be two fewer people.
Okay.
For sure, one.
Well, that's all I have to say about Salt Lake City. Like, I don't know. I don't
I
think
didn't
it
watch the reunion.
a lot of people. I mean, I think it was like it was just explosive. It was an explosive episode. There was a lot that happened during it, and I understand why it was like there was hype around it, but I guess I just like really don't care about Salt Lake anymore.
Yeah,
So,
we'll
that's
see.
what I have to say about that.
We'll see,
Let's get
Beba,
in.
because our listeners know that you change your mind frequently. Like you'll say something super adamantly, and
Yeah.
this is where I stand, and then the next day it's like, oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
is how I am.
That's not so I don't want you guys to be scared away by anything she says she wants to do emphatically or emphatically says, I am never doing it. It's meaningless.
I
It's
think
meaningless.
I'm just at a point right now. I think I'm just burnt out by the
I
housewives
think
of it
that's what it
all.
is.
Yeah,
Of
I'm
course.
burnt out. So I don't want to like I don't want to
You
exhaust
need a
it
mental
even
health break.
more. I do. I
You
really
need a
do. And
mental
don't
health
we
break.
all?
I
Doesn't
think
like
we all.
let's here's a poll. How many of you are kind of sick of the housewives stuff and like kind of don't want to focus like I don't remember the last time we did celeb news on this motherfucking podcast and that's the only thing I ever want to talk about. I feel like
Okay.
the reason why
I
we
have celeb
started
news.
this
I can talk celeb news.
I feel like the reason why we started this podcast was because of celeb news. Like at the end of the
Uh,
day,
no. The
no?
reason we started this podcast was to examine the differences between your generation and my generation,
Sure.
and that we have to talk about some things, so we were going to talk about different things.
Yes, 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 yes.
But exploring
Yes.
this amazing dynamic, which, as
A
people have noticed, works flawlessly.
picture perfect
No
relationship.
hiccups ever. No hiccups ever. So,
Yes.
we're going to write a book soon.
No, we're not.
And the book is going to give you step by step
Yeah, the how to
how to
perfectly
raise a beba and have her disclose to you that at some point she was bulimic, at another point she
I wasn't
did
bulimic.
Molly for a month,
I did do that.
whatever. Anyway, I have all the
Anyways,
secrets.
let's just get into celeb gossip,
Okay, let's
shall
do it.
we?
Yeah,
Okay. Golden Globes. Did you
Golden
watch them?
Globes. Yes.
So did I. What did you think about this Joe Coy monologue that everyone's talking about?
Listen, I'm a comedy girl. I'm a comedy like
What? I don't know if
fanatic.
we know that.
Oh my God.
You
But
say
Ken and I are comedy people.
yeah, but you
You,
don't watch female comics because you say women aren't funny, right?
oh,
So
well,
you must
that's
have
not true.
loved the Joe Coy.
No, no, no. First of all, um, I think some women are very funny.
Okay.
So
Not all.
Sarah Silverman is super funny, and Feemster, whatever uh, Fortune Feemster, Fortune Feemster, something like that.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
super funny.
What did you think of Joe Coy, his monologue in particular?
What I'm saying is that I've watched his stand-up shows and his specials, and I don't laugh either. But
Neither do I. I've never like thought he was that funny.
me neither. Me neither. And so he's definitely not somebody I find very amusing, but from the moment, not to give him excuses. They only gave him 8 days to get ready, blah, 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 all that.
Yeah, he
But
did
he
not fail
knew
to mention that like 500 times during the monologue when it was all going down.
south. And the second he realized that it was going south, he just got
He bailed.
like he just either gave up at some point
Yeah.
or his mind shut down. It was painful to watch.
And I think that's the worst thing you can do as a performer, whatever it is that you're doing. Like it's giving Ashley Simpson doing the hoedown on SNL when her, backing vocals came on and she was like very much going to be lip syncing. That's what happened. She threw it away. She was like, ah, da, 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 whatever. Joe Coy was like, the second he heard the audience not give him what he needed, he said, I didn't write these jokes. Oh, they only gave me 10 days. Da, da, da. It was like, relax, just keep it moving. You're bombing. That's fine. Maybe you can find a way to get it back, but like,
I don't like if
accept the fate that is currently being given to you. Like it's happening. It's
I
okay.
I think that
The
I could
show
tell.
must go
Yeah,
on.
right. I think I put myself in his place and I thought if that happened to me, because I'm not that I'm hosting the Emmys or any of these awards anytime soon, but
Well, because you're a woman.
if I'm asked to speak somewhere, whatever, which I get asked to do um often enough, I always want to wing it. Like I don't like to read, I don't like to whatever. And so I've been up there sometimes and my mind has drawn a blank and the
Yeah.
panic,
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
panic
yeah.
that
I
you
can't
feel is
even.
really bad. So I think if I were him, I would have at some point, not right at the beginning, I would have let maybe 3 jokes fail miserably and say, "Okay, I'm bombing."
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Let's be real
totally.
here. I'm
Yeah.
bombing. You know I'm bombing. I know I'm bombing. So we have, 3.5 more minutes. What do we do?
Yeah.
Let's make funny fart noises.
Yeah.
Let's all get up and stretch. I mean, that's what I would have done.
Yeah. Honestly, that sounds great. That sounds
Yeah.
like a perfect transition out of
Yeah.
the bomb. So
Hmm.
you actually should be hosting the Golden Globes. Listen, the Golden Globes are famously
um,
a very, very not Golden
it's
Globes.
a tough
All
crowd.
all award shows are a very, very, very tough crowd. I was just listening to a podcast yesterday. God, I don't remember which one it was. It was either Giggly Squad or How Long Gone or whatever. And they said, imagine having to go into the locker room right before the NBA finals and make LeBron laugh. And that's exactly what it is. This is a very important moment in these
Yeah.
people's
Yeah.
career where
Yeah.
they're being, their
Either
accomplishments.
rejected or honored or one of those things, but intense feelings.
Right. And it is their career because if you do get an award, that does kind of catapult your career even
Of course.
further into
Even
the
a nomination.
Hollywood. Right. So being there is like high stress. There's a lot of famous people. It's a very intimate room. So it's a very hard crowd to make laugh. But
Hmm.
I don't know. Like, what? No more hosts for award shows. How about that? I love what they were doing, where it's like they had the presenters come in very close to the camera, which I was
Yeah,
very
it was funny.
intrigued by.
Some of them were uncomfortable, like Kevin Costner.
That was hard to watch. But
That was
yeah,
so
I just don't think these award shows are already so long. And I know that these monologues have been such a cultural thing in before, but like I think that we can let it go because all it does is this. There's always some sort of backlash or
yeah.
something.
And I think that by having presenters like they did this time that were interesting and funny, like Will Ferrell
Ugh,
and
yeah.
what's her name? She looked so great. She didn't even look like the same
Kristen
person.
Wiig.
Kristen Wiig. Um,
Stunning.
then you get so much entertainment because you're going to have pairs of people that work well together or have great chemistry are going to be funny and you're not stuck with one person.
Right.
I felt horrible for him. Like I think it's going to hurt his career.
Are you kidding? Of course it will. It's
Yeah.
like, or he'll get a special and be able to talk about it, which is like
Yeah,
what
it could be
happens.
anything. I mean, I don't know. Nowadays everybody is a comic. Everybody wants to do stand up. Everybody wants to. So just because you're funny doesn't mean you're funny.
You
Do
heard
you
it
know
here
what I mean?
first, guys. Just because you're funny doesn't mean you're funny.
Right.
Right.
I'm talking about two different kinds of funny.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
Yes.
you're dropping bars on us. Okay, well, what's crazy is that the Joe Coy thing is not even the most explosive thing that happened at the Golden Globes?
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Your favorite.
Oh my
Selena and
god.
Haley drama has come back around. And my God, I just told somebody that if Haley and Selena, like this drama will live on forever, that even if one of them dies, they will be remembered for this drama. Like
I
that's
you know what
how
I think?
embedded it is in culture.
I am going to wager right now
Okay.
here in front of all our loyal, amazing listeners
Hmm.
that Selena and Haley will become BFFs.
I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. And I'm going
I'm
to tell you
telling
the
you,
reason, the person who is going to prevent that from happening. Who do you think it is?
Taylor Swift.
Selena Gomez.
Oh.
My hot take on this, actually, it's not really that hot of a take because I've heard other people talking about it. But for people who don't know, there is a video that went around that was captured where Selena Gomez is like hunching over the Golden Globe table where Taylor Swift is sitting at. She's sitting next to somebody else too, but she's like right next to Taylor and she mouths something and then right away goes, no. And so the rumor is that Selena Gomez was like saying hi to Timothy Chalamet at his table where he was
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
with Kylie Jenner. And the first rumor was that like Selena asked Timothy Chalamet for a picture, which would not happen. I don't think she would do that because they're actually friends. I think there's photographers going around doing snapshots in it during commercial breaks of people being like, "Hey, get the." Selena Gomez was talking to Timothy, and the photographer said, "Can I take a photo?" And Kylie said no, because Kylie is friends with Haley. If there's a photo of Selena,
Oh,
Kylie, and
that's how it
Timothy
happened?
on the internet, then this whole thing is going to resurface. There's going to be more drama. There's going to be whatever.
Wow, I
So
didn't
I
know that.
think Kylie was like, no, I don't want to be in a photo with you because I'm good friends with Haley.
It's just gonna cause problems.
It's going to cause problems. So she said no. And then Selena walked on over to Taylor's table. She goes,
She goes,
"You're
"Yeah."
never gonna believe what happened. I was ba 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 ba," and Kylie said no. And Taylor Swift is like, I mean, Taylor Swift is kind of sitting pretty. I'm not even gonna involve her in the drama because she's just like she's a
I
victim
mean,
of this. She was just
yeah.
sitting there. She didn't ask for the drama, but I think Selena Gomez is a little chismosa, and I think she knows what she was doing. There's cameras everywhere. If you're gonna talk about that shit, do it at the after party, baby. Do it at
I
the
can't
after.
believe this. She went all the way to her table. I don't know where she was sitting, but she
Well, it's a
went
very
to her
small
table.
space. Yeah.
Okay, so she went to her table when she knows that the cameras are constantly they're tracking
This
Taylor
is what I'm
Swift's
saying.
reactions to
Yes.
people's commentary and stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it must be awful, by the way.
Much to Joe Coy's, like, dismay here. His joke of, like, there's less cameras following Taylor Swift than the NFL. The cameras are still on Taylor Swift. So,
They're always on Taylor Swift.
I
You
just
know
think
what's the
Selena
worst
Gomez
thing?
knows better. I really do, and I think that she's kind of the inciting incident of this whole thing. It's not Kylie Jenner saying no. Kylie Jenner is saying no because she's like it's her friend. It's her friend. It's Jackie being in Miami and being with my ex-boyfriend, like new girlfriend, having a conversation and somebody being like,
No,
"Hey, can we take a selfie?" And Jackie being like, "No." That
no.
I'd be like, "Yeah, because Jackie's my best friend and she doesn't want to be in a photo with an ex." Like that's obviously
You're very
very
adamant. You're feeling very
I'm
strongly about
well
this.
because
And you know what I'm thinking while you're talking about that? I'm like, you know what the worst thing about being Taylor Swift is, and there aren't many downsides to it.
no, there's not.
But, the fact that there's a camera always on you.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever been at a place where you're supposed to be like completely proper, but then you go like this in your nose and you feel like a little hard thing like in the corner and you think,
A booker?
it's not really a booger because it's like hard, it's almost disintegrated into nothing, and you like go like,
Yes.
you go like that because you just want it
Totally.
off, and she can't ever do that.
No, she's really
The little
limited
hard thing that's not a booger has to stay in her nose until she's I don't know,
until she's dead.
until she's in the bathroom by you know what I mean? Like,
Even
you
the
can't do
bathroom would scare
anything.
me. Oh, no, I'd be paranoid. But the thing is that at the end of the day, when you're going to a Golden Globe or an Oscar or an Emmy or a VMA or any sort of award show or anything that you're gonna be in public, there is a performative aspect to all of that, like, you have to be able to understand that there is going to be a camera on you always. There like, just work with that awareness.
Right.
So, I just think I don't know. I just think everyone's being like people are commenting on Kylie's Instagram photos being like, "You're so insecure. Why did you say no to the photo?" Like, people are
Oh, because
attacking Kylie
come
when it's
on,
like,
we know
take
this. When you see something, you take it as fact. That's the power of an image and of
Yeah.
media. You don't really know what really happened, whatever, but people are like, that's what it says there. That's what happened,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
But
just the way it is.
I just
I'm
find it
I'm now talking, pretending to talk about that, but making reference to my own personal experience on Real Housewives.
yeah, totally. The other thing was like, I think Selena Gomez, I listen, I love her to death. I really do. But there are just moments where she's like a little bit off her rocker too, where she's like, she posted a photo with her new boyfriend, Benny Blanco, and like on her stories, and then wrote, I won, which is just like, what are you talking
What does
about?
that mean? I
I don't
won.
know, but it's like but this is what I'm saying, it's like, you're trying to have people read between the lines instead of just, like, posting a great photo or just being like, "I love him," or put a heart. You're
Yeah.
saying stuff that people can read into. You know your fans are wild,
Yes.
so why do stuff like that?
Why?
So
Yeah.
this is why I'm team Kylie on this because I think Selena just gets a little cuckoo crazy sometimes,
Yeah.
and I think right
Yeah.
now she's a little cuckoo crazy.
I see Selena's a little bit, unbalanced.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
She
unbalanced.
also said she also posted on her story, like, taking a social media break to focus on what really matters, and it's, like, a video of her boyfriend with, like, I guess, like, nieces and nephews or little kids, whatever, and then not 20 minutes later, this bitch posts another story of her, like, reading a memoir of, like, a book that she's supposedly supposed to be, like, playing the character whatever, it doesn't matter, she's, like, taking a social media break, psych!
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
This
crazy.
is
And I feel that she's so obsessed with Justin Bieber still, like,
no That's what I think the I won thing is,
right. I think
because
everything is in reference to that. So
I think
everything
so
she
too.
posts, everything is like, oh, he could potentially see it. It's all, through that kind of lens. And it's probably making her crazy. It's been a long time.
I think it's what has made her crazy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think she's just forever she
But
got
at some point, I have
stigmatized.
been in a situation where, let's say, things end with somebody and you just feel the weight of that loss, right? It's so painful.
For
It
sure.
is it but and it's and then you wake up the next day and you think it's gonna be gone and it's no, this void, it's there, it's there, it's there. And it could take years and years and years and years. And one day you wake up and it's gone. And it's so not in gone in like that the person not doesn't matter. No, but gone in like
The
it no longer,
the
uh,
void.
informs everything you do and every decision you make and everything you post and everything you
Mhm.
read, and it's crazy. So when you don't get over it and you don't allow yourself to get over it or some mental health condition prevents you from getting over it, I think that she needs real intervention with that. Like, I think we're gonna
And
see
I
something from her that is completely unexpected, and people are gonna go, "What happened to her? She snapped." There's gonna be a snapping.
that kind of already did happen. She's had her snap moment, but she's up and down. She's up and down, and I think social media is the culprit for a lot of her anxieties and stuff, which is why I just feel like Selena Gomez should focus on acting because she's a great actress, not a great singer. Oh my god, look at my thumb. Um, she's a great actress. She should focus on that. And like when she's promoting her Only Murders in the Building or a new movie coming out, just get on social media, have your people handle it. Maybe take a selfie that they can post. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Get off of it. I think it's not good for her. It's not
No,
good
it's
for
not,
her.
and I do think that some people, social media affects them more than others, and I think
Yeah.
every person needs to decide, what kind of person am I? Can I look at it for a second, put it down? Could I put it down mid-story or whatever? Like, if
Yes.
you can't, then you need to, and by the way, there's no shame in it. We have been programmed, like little robots to need these things. Like,
Oh,
it's like, I
desperately.
left my cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There
Yeah.
was a time nobody had a cell I mean, I grew up in an age where there was nothing like that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's we are so if that's your thing, honestly, I think it's important to take a look at it because they're basically, psychologists are saying, your mental health experts, that social media has affected, has made a lot of good things, but they connect it to things like school shootings and everything else because the social media message, people that are susceptible and have mental illness, then what triggers them, we
Right.
don't know. So, yeah, I think everything in moderation
Jesus, you took it to school shootings.
because it's true.
No, I know.
Social
Like,
media,
woo, whoa.
you go down
No, a
a
rabbit
rabbit
hole,
hole, you
totally.
do, and it
Just everyone
happened to
stay
me.
off of Reddit is really the most important thing.
Why Reddit? I've never even gone on Reddit.
Reddit is dark. Reddit
Is it
is
dark?
dark. Yeah, it's like where the real people talk about real things.
Oh God. What can
Yeah,
I find out there?
just don't. You can't find out
But is it
anything.
something on every topic?
Yeah, there's like subreddits on everything. Like people talk about everything on Reddit. It's like a place to have a dialogue that is not monitored or, it's not like flagged by
And
anybody if
these
you're saying
people,
crazy things.
but like they have, where do they find the time for this? Like I'm saying, nobody's paying them.
No, people just want to have a sense of community and talk about things. And if they're dark and there's like even more of a community to talk about the dark stuff, Anyways, I don't want to talk about this.
There's a lot of lonely people out there. Anyway,
Yes. Okay. Calvin Klein, Jeremy Allen White. Did you see this?
no, what are you talking about?
What? Oh my God, I have to pull it up for you. Do you know who Jeremy Allen White is?
No.
The guy from The Bear?
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
Okay, he just did a Calvin Klein ad.
I saw it.
Okay, so what's going on,
When I
mommy?
saw the ad, what happened with the ad?
What do you mean what happened with the ad? He looks incredible. We're just talking about how hot he is.
Oh, okay. Yes, I saw the ad. He looks amazing. Yes. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. And
What a
he's not even like that good looking, but there's an intensity about him that you get from the fact that you think he's a chef. Chefs are intense, crazy
You think
people.
that's why people think he's hot because they think he cooks?
Yeah.
Huh. I think it's because he smokes cigarettes.
Th those things are not mutually you have if you're a chef, you
You
smoke.
smoke.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you have tattoos. It's just the law.
It's the law.
Yeah, basically.
He's such a tiny man,
He is.
and
Yes.
yet I want to be with him.
Mhm. Okay. No, I don't find him like that, but that's not my type.
He's like dirty. You know what I mean? He's like,
Ye
when was the last time he showered?
I
Which
guess,
is
go pero
normally
beba.
gross, but then you're just like, but when was the last time you showered? I don't know, man. He's so hot.
Really? I've
Oh
never
my
would never
God.
imagine you being
Me
attracted to him.
either. Me either. But honestly, in the Bear, I was like, I can get down with this. And then I saw him in the Calvin Klein ad, and I was like, what is going on? Also, he married his high school sweetheart and had kids with her. And then they broke up. I think they just got a divorce like recently.
Of course, because the second you become famous, your whole life goes to shit.
No, she cheated on him. So he's
Because
a,
he neglected her.
oh my God, what's going on? Why can't you just give him his roses? Give him his flowers.
I need more information.
The only information you need is right here.
Okay. Maybe I'm like losing it. Like maybe I'm just becoming asexual or something. I It's so rare. I got it. It's so rare for me to look at a man and go
Hot.
yeah, huh? Yeah, like you don't I mean it happens, but it has less to do with
When was the
hot.
last time it happened?
I don't remember, but it's got to be in a situation. For example, if I see somebody at a cafe holding up a book, you know, dressed like whatever and with glasses and looking like, then I
What?
could
Mommy,
I just
wait.
imagine this. You wanna go back? Because I went into my own trance with that one.
We're not actually gonna glaze over that. So you're attracted to somebody at a bookstore wearing glasses, holding a book and reading? Is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Well, no, they have to be tall. They can't, they have to be tall. They can't really be overweight because I just can't stand that. They have to be educated.
But mommy, this is like you have a boyfriend. Like this is
I'm talking about
no, I know. What I'm talking about is seeing somebody that's like, yes, you're in a committed relationship, but you see somebody, you're like, that guy is so
that's
hot.
right. I would see the guy at the bookstore and I would
And you'd be
fill
like, are
in.
you educated? Because I need to figure
No,
out if
I
I'm
wouldn't. I
attracted to
wouldn't.
you.
I would, if the look was right, I would fill in all the blanks in my head
Oh,
afterwards. You know what I mean? Like
of
he went to
course.
MIT, whatever. He owns a little cottage in Bridgehampton and, whatever.
Okay. Okay. I
It's a
understand.
widower. It's always the
Oh my
best.
God.
You
Okay.
want
So,
the guy to be a widower.
okay. But at the end of the day, if you're just looking at somebody, they have to be
Right. That's
tall.
that's what would draw me.
It's tall, wearing glasses, holding a book in a bookstore.
Yeah. And
Does it
just being
matter the
very
book?
comfortable in their own skin. Yes, it matters the book.
So what book are we thinking?
There are
Sabor,
so many no, there are so many books that
the
could be.
Versailles cookbook.
No, it's so many books that it could be, but there's
Lola
also
loves her
many
selfie.
books there are many books that it can't be, And so if he's reading something like
Ah,
completely basic,
the art of the
like
deal.
yeah, The Art of the Deal or Tony Robbins, the You Can Do It if you want to.
Yeah.
Isn't that the name of the book?
I don't know. It might honestly,
I
if
mean, if
that's not
he's
it what
reading
it's called, it
if
should be.
he if he's reading some
Mm.
self-help shit, which by the
That's
way,
good.
who
That would
reads
be
more
good.
self-improvement than me? But if I don't I I want to pretend that
He's
that
already
person is completely sane
he's already
so that
trained.
he's already trained and he can help me through my, you know what I mean? I need somebody very sane.
Okay.
I have so much peace in my life right now, and it's because
Mm.
Ken is so sane.
So
And then
sane. I love
when I act crazy or whatever, he just knows where it's coming from and kind of just humors this person, this version of me. And because he knows she doesn't last long, but it completely
she does.
disarms her. No, no, because that
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
be me. Uh, and yeah, sometimes I'll at 2:30 in the morning, I'll sit up in bed and I go, I'm so hungry, I'm gonna make pasta. And like, what would a normal person say? Are you crazy? Go back to sleep, whatever.
No,
He'll go,
I actually think a normal person would be like, "Go get it, girl."
oh well, that's what he does. You go, go, you go. Um, it's like,
That's the
well, I
best.
just think about like anybody else would just in my past would have said, have you lost your
You're
mind? Have you
gross. Yeah.
whatever? Like that's
Well,
gross. That's gonna go straight to your ass. I mean,
that's why the people you were with before sucked. Um, okay, just one more thing before we get into questions, because guess what? We still have some questions. They're not there's not that many. J-Lo's music video for her single Can't Get Enough came
Mhm,
out
mhm, I saw it.
last night or today. Um, you saw it.
Yeah,
Oh, I'd love
Nappy
to
Tab
hear
did the
the choreo.
uh-huh.
What did you think?
I liked it.
I liked it too. The
Yeah.
song, I think the song has one too many can't get enoughs. I think we could have done with, I can't get enough. You love my shit. I can't get enough. Da, 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 da. Can't get. I think it should have just stopped there. She does like 12 can't get enoughs in the chorus, and I think it's a lot. But I like that
It's easier to auto-tune that.
it's like somebody should have guided her. I do like that she's poking fun of herself in the music video and like basically marrying over and over and over again and people like commenting like, "Oh, I bet this one won't last," or "I bet this one won't last." I appreciate J-Lo poking fun at herself because I think
Right.
oftentimes she takes herself a little too seriously.
She
So
does, she does, yeah.
I'm into this version of her just being like, "Yeah, man, I fall in love really fast and I marry everybody in the blink of an eye." But then at the end of the music video, which is like, I think what she did with this new album is what Beyonce did with first Beyonce, the album, the visual album, the first one she ever did, and Lemonade. It's a visual album. So I think every song has a music video.
Mhm.
So the end of Can't Get Enough you can hear her in a couples therapy session, and you hear the stuff that the guys are saying about her, and it must be exactly what happened with all these relationships of like, she's always working. When she has something, she still wants more, all this stuff, and she's just, like, sitting there, and it's a close-up shot of her face, and I was like, "Oh, shit.
I
I think
bet
we're
that's
gonna get some stuff in this album. We're gonna get some
yeah,
tea."
yeah. I liked it. I thought, there's times when she tries to do dances that I don't know, that she doesn't do as well as others, but I thought this was
It's in
made
her
for her.
wheelhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It
No, I
worked.
thought it was good. What
I'm
did you
excited.
think of her at the Golden Globes? Did you like her outfit?
I thought she looked beautiful. I
You
think
did?
she looked classic Jennifer Lopez, where
Y
it's
y
like she wasn't showing too much skin. It was, like,
yeah.
very beautiful. I think she looked great.
I
She was
think
showcasing her body, but still giving you, like, "I'm at the Golden Globes with that long cape with the flowers
I
and
think
the
it's
hair."
still the Sophia Richie effect, you know? No, now anything that shows too much boob, that shows whatever, it lacks elegance, and the wedding I'm going to, one night it's white, and the night of the wedding it's black, and my
Oh, I
dress,
like that.
I really love it, but it shows a lot of boob, and I'm trying to before I wouldn't have cared, and now
And now
I'm
you're
like,
like, "I wanna cover it
"This
up."
is so," you know,
Dated.
like, no, this is it to me is like, what would Amal Clooney do, you know? Would she wear
Mm.
this? And it's like, if it's no, then I shouldn't be wearing it either. I just think that there's a shift towards more elegance
Mhm,
than more
mhm.
like, I think for a long time she dresses, and maybe she's still gonna do that, but
She will.
right, when she's trying to prove like I still have it, right? I may be this, but look at my body. I may be that, but I can wear this skimpy outfit.
100%.
Right. I think it's so great to be self-confident enough to just take my word for it. I could wear it if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna do it papelazo, you know?
I also think that the moments where you do show skin and you do show body and whatever, they are only done well if that hasn't happened over and over and over again.
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
do show body, it has to be like, an appropriate award show or whatever.
right. Or
And
a
you're like,
beach
"Oh,
or on a
wow,
boat or
we haven't seen this version of JLo in so
that's
long, like, we
okay. I
missed
right,
this." But to
right.
have it every single time, because it is that proving you over and over again, like, "I'm still young, my skin is still flawless, I still have a great body, I work out all the time." It's like, "No, yeah, we know that, but we don't have to see it all the time."
We don't have to see it all the time. So it is about the self-confidence of saying, I've shown it, they know it, but the most important thing is that I know it, and so I don't have to, I
Yeah,
just think that there's a shift towards more elegance, and I don't
yeah,
know who or what caused it, but I like it. I'm glad.
yeah. That's why I limit my thirst traps to 1 every quarter.
Yeah,
So,
you're not you used to be the queen of thirst traps.
yeah, but now I
You
limit it.
invented the thirst trap.
No, I created it. I
You created it.
created taking a photo of yourself in a bikini in the mirror. I was doing that before you could even talk, okay, people? I'm talking to the people. Um, okay, let's get into some questions. Since we're kind of running out of time, let's keep these answers to maximum 45 seconds to a minute long. I'm talking to you. I'm talking
You're not gonna censor me or limit my time.
I'm not censoring you. I'm limiting your time.
Okay.
That's all. Okay. Um Tell us about your surprising friendship with Joanna.
I
I mean, you've talked a lot about this, I guess.
yeah, we've talked about it. From the second I met Joanna, I don't know, there's something about her. I was drawn to her and her sister Marta. They reminded me of you and Kathy because they're very
Mhm.
close. One's a brunette, one's blonde, whatever. And I liked that she's a hard worker. Like she hustles and she's this beautiful woman and whatever, but she's worked to get there. And there was just an affinity that we
Mhm.
had, and so it just and it didn't make any sense because I was part of this group, and she
Yeah,
wasn't
she
even part of the
wasn't.
same thing, and it didn't affect, me and her, and I always, I don't know. Anybody that's younger than me, I wanna mother them and give them advice. I just have that. Um, and so I had that with her too, and I don't
You
know.
remain friends.
I really like yeah.
Um, Kind of the same vibe. It's people asking, Do you know Christy Rice and are you friends with Karen?
Yes, I know Christy very well. I see her sometimes around town. She's fine. Karen, yes, I have a good relationship with Karen. I don't talk to her often, but when I was co-hosting a news and entertainment show, I had her on once, and
Oh, yeah.
when I had the auction for the thing, she dropped off a dress, and yeah, she's always been great, and she's very close to Joanna. They've remained very good friends.
What should we expect for 2024 on the pod? Um, Guests? I think we're gonna have some
We're gonna have a
guests.
few guests. We're definitely gonna try, yeah, a few guests, and I don't know, I think that we're evolving and our listeners are evolving with us.
Yeah,
It's like from the first time to now, it's like a different thing. And before we used to want to, like, I know it's important to kind of keep a format, but for our purposes, if one of us goes on a tangent that then shows a perspective that's different from maybe yours or whatever, then that's fun too, because that's part
totally.
of the show. Um, but
Yeah. I think
we
the new podcast host that we have, Heard at Media, I think like we said when we first signed with them, I was like, who knows what this will mean because I actually don't know. I know that we're like the intent is for us to go on like podcasts to kind of promote ours and like gain more followers and stuff. But on my manifestation list for 2024,
Is it a list or a vision board?
no, I did a list. I actually still
Okay.
haven't made a vision board. I probably should. It's a very small list, but on there for mommy issues, like I wanted to figure out what my intention was for 2024 with mommy issues. And it last year it um was to get ads. Like my number one thing in 2023 was like get ads on the podcast, like start making money on the podcast. And though that did not happen, we did sign with a podcast host, which is one step closer. So I took that as a win. But 2024 for me, for mommy issues, I put build mommy issues as a brand. And I don't even know exactly what that
Right.
means, but
Oh,
I
I do.
think
Mommy is
it's
just a musical. What? Too big?
way too big.
No, no,
Mommy
no such thing.
issues, mommy issues. Da, da,
Can you
da, da,
imagine?
da.
It could be really funny.
I think, I think no.
Okay.
But you know what? Never say never. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely for 2024, expect guests and then TBD for the rest. We'll see. We're slowly growing,
And
guys.
and a work in progress too. If there's stuff that, you guys like more than others, or do more of this or less of that, let us know.
Yeah.
I
They're
mean, if
like,
it's just one person that doesn't like the highlights, it's like, okay, well, sorry. But if
yeah,
the majority say, like, those highlights and lowlights are boring as hell,
Jolene thinks the
we'll
highlights and
keep
lowlights
doing
are
them.
boring. Which is the one person. Also, I should have said my highlight is that, or my low light is not that the heater isn't working. My low light is that I've been getting negative comments. I told you this on our last podcast episode, like just mean comments from people
Mhm.
on our mommy issues Instagram, on my own personal Instagram. But I'm like, my low light is that gotten suckered into responding because I can't
Oh,
help it. It's so stupid, and I need to stop. I need
oh
to
my God,
stop.
what did you respond
Well,
to? Like,
somebody wrote like, "Oh, is your mom embarrassed that Miami girls had ate her?" And then I just responded saying, "It's eaten, that they have eaten her." Like I didn't even respond to anything. I was just like, "Oh, you
I
spelled
don't even
something."
know what that means, but
It's
okay.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then somebody else who has commented a bunch on our stuff, like negative shit, commented more shit. And I was like, well, then why are you still commenting? And
Yeah,
they're like, I don't
exactly.
know. It just popped up on my algorithm. And I was like, no, it didn't. You
Is it a
follow us.
girl?
No,
Is
it
it a
was a
girl?
guy who was following us and then unfollowed us. I was like, good. See you later. Anyways, that's my low light because I was like, I need to cut it out. Anyways, moving on. Is Beba short for a longer name? I've answered this before, but it's a nickname. My real name is Katrina. My sister couldn't say Bebe when she was little, and she said Beba. That's it.
And then Beba hated Katrina for whatever reason.
Well, Katrina, Hurricane Katrina. We live in Florida. People were kind of mean about it, so
Yeah, they
that's
weren't
why.
mean to you.
Um, this is my favorite. question. I wanted you to know that I feel you on your love for Joe Jonas. And she said, just heard the episode where you talk about the JJ divorce. Okay, that's not a question, but thanks.
That's funny.
Who is your dream guest for this podcast? I know mine. Ava
Really?
Mendez.
Barbara Streisand.
Barbra Streisand.
Barbara Streisand is the coolest Jewish mom in the world. She's so wise. She's so practical.
She would be good, I guess.
She would be amazing.
What high school did Anna go to? LaSalle.
I never graduated from LaSalle and the Grove.
Beva, what made you want to become a producer? By the way, love you guys. I don't know. I guess
An ex-boyfriend.
no, well, yeah. No.
So susceptible.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't get this out. I'm like, because it's kind of a long story and I want to make it a short story. Basically,
The 45 seconds are up.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm like. I went to school for broadcast journalism at the University of Miami. After a semester or two, I think it was a full year of doing it. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I changed my major to film. And at University of Miami, you can go through the director route, the writer route, or the producer route. I didn't want to be a director. I sure as hell did not want to be a writer because I don't know how to do that. And then, so I did the producer route and then, ended up doing this. Hold on, I got a DM of one that somebody like missed the thing. And I think it's about you. Can Anna share what eye makeup she uses? Does she use like eyeliner or mascara? Her eyes always stand out. You do it all.
Nice. Yeah. Eyeliner. I use eyeliner, I use mascara. I tend to use like neutral, like eyeshadows. We can put them, the eyeshadows I wear most of the time are these Dior eyeshadows that I've had forever. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but they're usually like a taupey, brownish, purpley thing. And yeah, and then eyeliner, I use liquid eyeliner and I use other eyeliner too. And so yeah,
Great.
makeup a lot. No, I'm sorry. I use not liquid. I use the pencil and then I use shadow on top of it.
You should just do a makeup tutorial.
Yeah, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. I have to start doing that because you have no idea. People ask.
Oh no, I bet they do. I bet they do.
That's funny.
You're the makeup queen. Okay, that's it. That's all I have.
Okay, cool.
Anything else? Any last words of wisdom?
I don't know. What were we going to say about did we talk about we talked about everything.
We talked about everything.
We talked about everything that we wanted to talk about.
Ariana Grande is coming out with a new song on Friday and I'm really excited about it. So we'll talk about that next week. It's called Yes and ?
Okay, I can't.
Oh my God.
I can't deal with her.
Well, everyone subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Mommy Issues the Pod, at Beba_Rod, at Anna Cooks QOKS. Leave a rating review. What am I doing? My brain doesn't work. Every time at the end, it's like I should really just write it down so I can read it, and that's it. Leave a rating review. That's what I just said.
Leave
a rating review.
Exactly. Rating review is just it's an easy way of saying, rate and review us. We try not to be too wordy, at the top and the bottom of the show.
Yeah.
Which is the bottom?
This is the bottom.
This is the bottom. Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Love you.